What's going on YouTube? It's another All Blue Max video and check out what I got. Yes, this is a Power Macintosh, if it will focus, 5500 225. And yeah, this is a old Mac computer obviously, but story on how I got it and how I got it working is probably the most, well, it's not crazy, but it's very annoying, to me at least, on how everything worked out. Not really getting it, but getting it to work. But basically, story of what happened was, once again on Craigslist, a couple of days ago, and I saw an ad for a bunch of older, it was an ad for old computers, and it showed, not this one, but it showed another one the guy had, and it showed something else that I wasn't really interested in, but he was like, I have a warehouse full of old computers, and I was like, okay, like, that's pretty crazy if that's true. I was like, so got his address. He was an hour away from me, which I was tempted not to go because it was an hour away, but I decided to say screw it and go down there. And yeah, it was literally what he said. It was like this warehouse storage facility that he had, and it was filled with mostly computers. Other stuff was random, like appliances and stuff like that, but a lot of old computers, a lot of stuff from the 90s, the 80s stuff, a lot of AV equipment, but a lot of computers. And I ended up getting a bunch of cool stuff, basically like a pallet's worth of computers. I got two of these guys. One was a 5500 or a 5250 100. It looks exactly like this, but it has a slower processor inside of it, which is actually, it'll be interesting in a second, but the other one was this one right here, the 225. And I also got two Mac LC 575s, a Mac Plus, a keyboard for the Mac Plus, no cord, no mouse, three Apple keyboards, ADV keyboards, the mouse as well. What else did I get? I got a Gateway Tower, a ViewSonic CRT, which is actually over there, which is badass, but I don't really have anything to plug up to it right now, except for the Gateway computer, but unfortunately that ended up not working. So, a lot of stuff. You're probably wondering, how much did I pay for all this stuff? Well, I paid $40 for everything. Everything was $5 each. Anything I could grab, pretty much. And he would have let me take in more stuff probably for $40, but I had pretty much filled my car at that point, so I couldn't take any more. So out of the stuff I got, the Power Macintosh 100 and the 225 both worked, but the 225, which is this one, the CRT, didn't work on it. It was not working. I think it turned on for a second when I first got it, and then the screen started going in and out, and then smoke came from the CRT, so I'm sure something sorted out on the analog board or the for the CRT. So I didn't really mess with it after that, and then I got the other one working, and that had a hard drive in it, and it worked. But it booted up to these are all school computers, so it booted up to I think it was like Mac OS 8, but it wouldn't go past the login screen. It had a password on it, and it was trying to find a school network that obviously doesn't exist anymore, and it's not connected to it, so I couldn't get onto that dead end. The LC 575, both of them do work, but one of the boards in the LC 575 was shot, probably back capacitors, so the other board does work. So I do have one working one, but the hard drive and both of them are dead, and they're SCSI drives, so that's going to be kind of a bitch to get another one for. So basically out of all of them, I got the keyboards work for the most part. I haven't tested the Macintosh Plus keyboard, or it could be like an older 128K keyboard, but that might work, it might not. I don't have a cord for it, so I won't even know. I'll probably end up just selling that. Oh, I got a Mac Plus too, if I didn't mention that. Doesn't work as well. But the ViewSonic monitor works. This computer does work after me doing some stuff with it, and the LCD works as well. But this one was, oh my god. So I had the one that I didn't work, or did work, but it booted up to Mac OS 8 and was locked, so I couldn't get into that. And I didn't have a OS CD to restore it, so I was going through everything. I was like, trying to figure out, okay, so how do I do this? So first attempt was to hook the hard drive up to a basically drive enclosure, and then try to wipe it, and then reinstall the operating system through that with a OS 9 disk that I had. So I did have I forgot. I had an OS 9 disk. And of course the computer can't run OS 9.2, so after that failed attempt, I managed to get an OS 8 disk. I burned it. I picked up some CDs today, burned an OS 8 disk, put it in the computer, and the CD drive was dead. So then basically with the one computer that I had that the monitor had burned out, I took the CD drive out of that, which was also terrible to get out of the computer. It was stuck in there, and managed to put that one in the 100. But you're probably looking at this, you're like, oh my god, this is the 225. What do you mean you put it in the 100? Well, this CRT is from the computer that had the 100 motherboard in it. So what I did was I swapped the motherboards, because both of them work. I wanted, obviously, definitely one with more megahertz, that'd be nice. So I put the 225 in this one, removed the bezel, put it on here, removed the CD drive from that, swapped it out, and now after installing and all that, I do have a working Mac, vintage Mac. So pretty cool. We'll go ahead and turn it on. Speakers work great, obviously. So I'm not sure about the date of this computer when it came out. I believe it was like 96 or 97-ish. And here, that CRT power up. But speakers work great, as you can see, Mac OS on there. And, for $40, I got 3 working things from it. The other ones are good for parts too, so it's not too bad. But I'll probably end up keeping this one, because I don't have any vintage Macs right now. I've gotten rid of most of them when I moved last time to my new place where I'm in now, so definitely gonna probably keep this one. The LC575, I might sell that. I know a lot of people like the board itself just because they put it in a Color Classic to, I guess it's like a Mystic upgrade or something like that, that's what they call it. But probably end up selling that. Got 2 extra keyboards I'm probably going to sell. I'll probably sell the Mac Plus keyboard, maybe the Mac Plus as well, even though it doesn't work, but I'm sure that's probably just something to do with like analog board on that. But the ViewSonic monitor works, which is great. Those CRTs are very hard to find. They're definitely one of the preferred ones to have if you like to have your stuff hooked up to a CRT or old tech. So definitely good. I might end up selling that too, because I can easily get a nice price on that. I know a couple people that are looking for a nice CRT, and I might end up selling that one because I can make some money on that. I can make some money on all this stuff. And I do plan on going back in a little bit, probably next weekend coming up, to pick up some more stuff from the guy. Just it really depends on the time. But, there was so much stuff in there that I didn't even get to even bring with me. And I'm hoping when I go back, there was 2 VIC-20s and a Atari XE computer system that was there with the drive as well. So I need to go pick that up when I go back. And just a bunch of other stuff I'm going to probably just pick to basically resell at that point, just so I can make some money off of that kind of stuff. But other than that, pretty cool little find. Well, let's check this computer out. So, sorry for the flashing. Obviously, CRT with camera equals freaking seizures. But we'll go to Apple System Profile here. And there you go. It's running version 8. It's got 32 megabytes of RAM installed. And as you can see here, it's got that 225 megahertz board on there, so that's pretty nice. Nice little upgrade to the system. So everything runs fairly smoothly on this. It kind of sucks that it's Mac OS 8, but you know, it's whatever. It runs pretty fast. I think I can get OS 9 on it. I just have to download just an OS 9. I can't do OS 9.2.2 because that won't run on here. But I think OS 9 and OS 9.1 will run on here just fine. So right now there's nothing really too much going on here, and it's kind of hard to get anything on here because the Ethernet card that was in here, I guess, doesn't work. I tried hooking up to my Ethernet or my LAN cable and it didn't work at all. Like, I wouldn't get a connection. So that's kind of unfortunate on that, but you know, it does have a CD drive that I could, you know, theoretically put some stuff on and transfer stuff on here if I needed to, or burn some software on here. But it did, the install I did had some games built in, like SimCity 2000, which is really nice. Lemmings, which for some reason needs some kind of code that I don't have, so I can't even play that, which is sucks, because Lemmings is actually a really fun game. Peter Pan Demo, don't know what that is. Haven't played that yet. Super Maze Wars, pretty common stuff. Spaceway 2000, space shooter type game. Haven't really played that too much, but it's got like the basic stuff that usually stuff comes in there. Solitaire, Spin Doctor. We can go ahead and start one of these. We can start SimCity 2000. Good old Maxis. So we can load a scenario real quick. Select this scenario. And believe it or not, I've never really played SimCity before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I've played like roller coaster type thing. Apparently a hurricane's coming in, so it just destroyed a bunch of places. Fun stuff. Go ahead and click that out. Oh, whatever. So the hard drive I ended up putting in here, because the hard drive that was in here that had an operating system on it, for some reason after I did all that, it didn't work. It wouldn't like it wouldn't initialize the hard drive to reinstall Mac OS 8. It wouldn't let me do anything on it, so I put another hard drive that I just had from another old computer that I pulled that I wasn't even using, that I need to actually probably just recycle. So it's got a 4 gig hard drive in it, you know, nothing too crazy obviously. I tried to put an 80 gig in there, but that didn't work for some reason either, so unfortunately 4 gigs is what I got, and that's not too bad, and a lot of software is not too big to put on here, so it wouldn't take up that much space. Other than that, that's pretty much it for now. I just wanted to show this off real quick. I thought it was a pretty cool find, and there I got a Power Mac or PowerBook G4, and that's actually a nice 1.67 gigahertz high res model. Pretty, definitely a rare model out of the PowerBooks that I actually got from a flea market a while back that I did a video of as well. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys later. Hopefully have some more videos up soon. Thanks.